our consciousness exists on multiple planes simultaneously. However, as the human mind, we generally only perceive the physical. Our thoughts occur on a higher plane. They are of a much higher vibration than physical matter. On these upper planes, thoughts become reality instantly. They are as real as you and me. The moment we think of something, it appears on this plane. And the moment we stop thinking of something, it begins to fade away. This proposes the advantage and the disadvantage of the physical world when using thought to manifest. With the appropriate amount of energy placed into a particular thought, it will be created into the physical world. During this energetic time frame, there is adequate time to fine-tune and mold thoughts before they take form, which can allow us to get exactly what we want. However, the time delay between thought and manifestation can be frustrating for many. This is because in many cases we do not put enough energy into our thought desires to actually allow them to manifest and become created in the physical state. But with thoughts, we have time to work out the negative and reinforce the positive before they begin to manifest in the physical world. Wording, however, is much more powerful. In fact, the words we speak are a potent form of magic within the universe. Through speech, we don't have the extreme time delay that we have when we are emitting positive or negative thought directly into the physical realm. Why is this? Because the act of speaking creates physical energy. Speech uses sound waves with an intention behind the words that charge the energy within them. Through using words rather than using thoughts and waiting for them to manifest from the higher planes into the dense energy of physical reality, we have already brought the intention into the physical form of sound waves. Sound is physical in the sense that it physically moves your eardrum. When sound is heard, it causes a variation of pressure and physical changes in the states within the brain. Unlike light, which can travel through a vacuum, sounds must use something to travel through, or what is known as a medium, such as air or water. It physically manipulates the medium to produce what we know as sound. You can also note that a sound wave will reflect off something the same way light will reflect off a mirror, or water waves will bounce off a seawall and go back out to sea. Stand some distance from a large flat wall and clap your hands repeatedly. Almost immediately, you'll hear a repeat of your clapping, slightly out of step with it. What you hear is, of course, sound reflection, better known as an echo. It's the sound energy in your clap traveling out to the wall, bouncing back, and eventually entering your ears. Have you ever noticed that oftentimes when you wonder something aloud, the answer immediately presents itself? This is because the spoken word carries a physical component containing immense power. As previously mentioned, thoughts occur on a higher frequency plane. We generally have some time to work out the negative and reinforce the positive before these thoughts begin to manifest in the physical world. With wording, there's already a physical component being used. The words will become something. Through mastering the skill of deliberate speech, there is a greater chance to master reality. The effort required in retraining yourself to use the word as a tool of manifestation is very minimal. It's as simple as becoming aware of what you are saying, or just said, as many times each day as possible, and what energy that particular speech carries with it. Through realizing that a negative intention has risen to the surface to be spoken, or has just been spoken, there can be conscious awareness regarding whether it is beneficial to manifesting what is desired or not. It's important to note that habits take a little while to change, and it will take some work to get to the point where all speech is being intentionally filtered. As an added bonus, this teaches the brain to eventually filter the thoughts that produce the wording, making it easier to keep everything aligned and on track towards the goal of specific creations. Just becoming aware of it constantly allows a person to naturally transform these skills until they have become very concise with thinking and speaking to produce positive results. Because physical reality is only one fabric, when you begin to notice the power of your word, you'll begin to understand the true power you have over your reality. When it comes to deliberate creation, it is important to learn to stop creating negatively through the use of words, but it is equally important to learn to create positively. By simply stating positive thoughts out loud, this power can begin to immediately better a person's life. In other words, when you think of something that makes you happy, stop for a moment and say it aloud. Say it aloud 2 or 3 times and feel the implications of what you are saying. Then let it go and go back to what you were doing. Another way to use this power is by speaking intentions aloud during meditation and visualization exercises. There is no reason to worry about the tense of the subject at hand. Simply speak the noun or verb intended. For instance, a cruise to the Caribbean, my dream car, a big beautiful house, a wonderful relationship. Whatever you want, speak it aloud. You can also use a willful demand such as, I will have a cruise to the Caribbean. I will have my dream car. I will have a big beautiful house. I have a wonderful relationship now. Both techniques are powerful. With the I will method, it cements the fact that you are willing your desire into creation. Steadfast will becomes reality and is very powerful. The strength with which your spoken word can manifest your desires into reality is beyond measure. Becoming deliberate with your speech is one of the greatest skills to be mastered when creating life intentionally. However, it doesn't have to be mastered in order to be used for benefit. It can be used right now, in this moment. Experiment with these techniques and remain aware when you speak. Give special attention to the intent or energy you are putting out into the world around you. When you're using your conscious awareness, your results will be obvious and will quickly be able to verify the process and advantage of intentional verbal expression. These techniques take a little practice and some persistence. If you begin today, in the future, you'll be able to look back and see that you are already where it is that you want to be.